I'm Lynn Frano, and I'm chairperson of the Pantry Community Partnership on Substance Use. Welcome to Partners in Prevention. The COVID-19 pandemic has presented challenges on how we live, work, and educate our children. Many of our friends and neighbors are living with food insecurity and housing instability. Those who have lost loved ones have been unable to properly grieve. In addition, we have seen increases in domestic violence, suicide, and opioid overdoses across the country. The pandemic is negatively affecting mental health and is creating new barriers for people that were already struggling with mental illness and substance use disorders. If you or someone you love is struggling with food insecurity or are in need of support for mental health, substance use, domestic violence, grief, or anxiety, stay tuned for a list of resources at the end of this program. So today, we will be discussing ways to manage stress and anxiety, and we'll be offering tips for maintaining balance during this unprecedented time. Joining me is Pantry resident and partnership member Jennifer Lynn. Jennifer is a Reiki master, wellness coach, and a yoga and mindfulness instructor. She is also the mother of 2 young children. As owner of the wellness program known as Nurtured Roots, Jennifer helps both children and adults manage stress, anxiety, depression, grief, pain, and sleep issues. Her mission is to assist others in creating and achieving sustainable goals and empowering them to live calmer, more mindful, and joyous lives. Welcome to the program, Jennifer.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
I'm so grateful that you're here with us. Jennifer, will you please tell us what motivated you to start Nurtured Roots?
Yeah, so it wasn't until I was in my late 30s that I realized the importance of being in the moment. And, it was a lot of being wrapped up in the what ifs that I was missing out on some really important, simple moments. With that, constant worry, you really do miss out on the amazing things in life. The practice of mindful living has changed how I live my life, the way I manage pain, grief, anxiety, depression. So my goal in starting this business was to share what I've learned and what I've experienced with others. I feel it's really important to have tools that we can utilize when we're struggling and even when we're not. I strongly believe that everyone has the ability, no matter what your background is, no matter what your age is, to learn how to live a more fulfilling, more mindful life.
Awesome, thank you. So Jennifer, you work with children and teens, and I know you're raising 2 young boys. Because the pandemic has disrupted school and social routines and has left many with food and housing insecurity, children seem particularly vulnerable at this time. Are there some easy practices you can help share today that specifically relates to their mental health?
Yeah, that's a great question, Lynn. So kids are resilient, but just like adults, they need tools that they can access in times of stress and anxiety, which, let's face it, these are not normal times that we're in right now. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of frustration, and that can manifest in a number of ways that, can affect us physically, emotionally, mentally, and have a negative impact. So first and foremost, I would say caregivers can help children become aware of how they're feeling without judgment, knowing it's okay to be frustrated or mad or whatever, but let them know it's okay. And another suggestion is breath work. I'm very big on breath work. I always come back to that. It's a tool we can access anytime, anywhere. So I'm going to show you just a simple tool using a Hoberman sphere. It's in and out breath, very simple. You can utilize breath work anytime. To use this, it's a visual to help us show us how to slow our breath down. So we want to make sure if we're feeling overstressed, overstimulated, calm our nervous system down, just stop, take a few breaths. So we're going to practice this. What I'm going to do is, as I open it, we slowly breathe in, and as I close it, we slowly breathe out. So nice slow inhale, just a great visual showing how to slow our breath down, and exhale as you close. Inhale, breathing in through the nose. Exhale, breathing out. We'll just do that 2 more times. Inhale, breathing in, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. So just taking some time, when doing this breathing exercise, both kids and adults should notice an immediate decrease in stress and anxiety, just a few breaths. And this is just a visual to show you, the importance of slowing it down. So thankfully there are a lot of healing modalities that we can access, such as yoga, meditation, talk therapy with a licensed mental health clinician. It may take time to find that certain someone or something that you really feel connected to. So, your goal is to be proactive so that we are less reactive, and it might take time to find what works for you. So just be patient and give yourself space and time to find what works.
Excellent advice, Jennifer. And can you just let the folks know at home that this is called a Hoberman?
It's called a Hoberman sphere. You can get it online. You can get it in stores as well. And it's really a great tool for children and adults. I mean, I think we all could use that visual to kind of see, okay, I need to slow my breath down. And if you're doing this with kids, you don't necessarily need to have a tool. You can just use your hands as well. So I do this with the kids that I work with. Sometimes right now everything's online, so I'm doing this virtually, and they might not have this in their hands to use. So I just say, use your hands. Just practice the breath. Notice how it feels in your body. Notice when you inhale and exhale, and notice what feelings and thoughts arise too, without judgment, right? We're trying to be present, mindful, and accepting of how we're feeling, and know that it's okay to not always be okay.
Great. Yeah. Thank you so much. I just want to let our viewers know that I want them to stay tuned at the end of this, because there are going to be some valuable resources up on the screen that they might want to take advantage of at the end of this program. Jennifer, thank you so much. I love that Hoberman sphere.
Thank you. Yes, get one of these. They're a great tool. So good.
So for our viewers that are looking for ways to improve their physical and mental health, maybe change some unhealthy habits that we might have, how would you recommend that they start?
Definitely take small steps. Change does not happen overnight. So again, be patient with yourself, take it slow, and set realistic goals. You don't have to accomplish everything overnight. It could take time. It doesn't always need to be that go big or go home motto, which sometimes we like to say. So again, start small, replacing unhealthy habits with healthy habits. So instead of constantly snacking throughout the day, maybe replace it with a glass of water. Or you want to run 3 miles, start with 1 mile or half a mile. If you want to get more steps in your day, a really easy thing that you can do is park further away from the building. So instead of finding the closest parking spot, park further away and get your steps in that way. On the phone during a call, walk around instead of staying at your desk and sitting still. So just find simple ways that you can incorporate into your regular day. Just simple things like that. Walking further away, little things like that can really be beneficial.
It really can make a difference. It really does make a difference.
Definitely. It's also important to remember that, what we said before, where it can take some time to figure out what works. So again, just be patient with yourself, set realistic goals, and hopefully you'll get to where you need to get to.
Awesome. So obviously we're sitting here today, but I know for myself, and I know a lot of people are sitting more than we're used to, which can have negative effects on our bodies. So can you share with us some simple stretches that people can do, incorporate into their day? I know we've been sitting and I feel hunched all the time.
There's a lot more sitting happening. Yes, we're all kind of like this, hunched over. So it's really important, if possible, to just get up and stretch throughout the day. And if you can't get up for any reason, you can just do certain motions with your arms. So we're sitting like this, we're kind of sinking into our shoulders, we're like this all day. So just finding simple things that you can easily do, either seated or you can stand up, utilize your chair, your desk, whatever is near you, and just sort of kind of counteract. So we're sitting like this, maybe taking your shoulder blades, bringing them back together, almost as if you had somebody with their hand pressed behind your back, and you're just bringing your shoulder blades together. So maybe your hands are on your lap, you just slide your shoulders together, sliding your hands back. I don't know if that's really making much sense how I'm saying this. Another way to do this, I'm gonna just turn a little bit. You can almost pretend like you're holding a tray of drinks, right? You don't want to spill that tray of drinks, so you just have it nice and flat. You're going to slide it back, and as you do that, your elbows come back, you squeeze your shoulder blades together, you're opening up your heart, you're arching your back. So it's nice to kind of have that compression on the back, because we're doing this so much that we do want to go in the opposite direction, but making sure we're not doing it like this. Your shoulders need to be softened away from your ears, and just doing that just a little bit, even just reaching forward, maybe sitting up nice and tall, taking your head and moving from side to side. Simple things like that, rolling your neck, just moving basically. I mean, we're doing so much sitting, taking your hand, stretching out your wrists. I mean, we're doing a lot of this. There's a lot that we were doing before. It's just intensified because we're, a lot of us also were working from home, so we're not finding that distinction between work and home. So we're not getting up as much, we're not interacting. So really I would say, just get up as much as you can or move your body in any way that you can.
That is great advice, and that sounds like that remarkably. I think it's really going to work if you think about being hunched all day and being able to open yourself and do those simple stretches.
Or find a firm pillow or a cushion in your home, a couch cushion even, and just put it on the floor and just lay back and just let your heart open, your heart area here, and just let your hands kind of come to the side. You really want to kind of go against that. This is having a huge impact physically, emotionally, mentally. So just listening to your body and finding what do you need, and again listening and doing what you can.
And it doesn't take much time.
It does not take much time. You can do it in as little as one stretch. It's little bit, just a little bit here and there is really going to add up to be impactful and really important for us to do. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Find what works for you.
Absolutely. So I'm wondering if you have any other tips for maintaining balance. Because again, these are unprecedented times.
Yeah, so definitely give yourself permission to practice self-care. It is very important for us to do. It's not always easy, and limit expectations. I think a lot of us feel like we need to spend a lot of time on self-care, 30 minutes, an hour, when really it's just maybe taking mindful moments throughout the day. I'm big on doing that. It might be taking some time, giving yourself a break, saying, I'm done, I need a break. Just sit and take some breaths. Thinking about that slow breath in, out. Maybe you need to take a walk or just sit and have a hot cup of coffee. So it's really just about giving yourself a break throughout the day, finding balance that way. What brings you joy, what makes you feel gratitude, and seeing if you can incorporate that into your day at all. Maybe it's just sitting and calling a friend. So just taking a break from your everyday normal life and doing something that's good for you, that brings you joy, makes you feel grateful. It sounds really simple. It's not always easy to do, but even if you spend just 5 minutes on that activity, just 1 minute on that activity, you're doing something really important for yourself. So,
absolutely. Yeah. I hear so many people say that they're working longer hours, even because they don't look up at the clock, so they're not actually getting up, walking around. They're not enjoying that cup of hot cocoa or that cup of coffee that they normally would, not taking that time for themselves.
We're not experiencing joy as much as we can be or should be. And again, it's not easy to do, but it's so important. And we're going to miss out on so many amazing things because we're just so focused on what we're doing. And again, a lot of people are having a hard time finding that balance of, I'm working at home. There's no distinction between work and home. So, just start small, say at 12 o'clock every day, for 5 minutes, I'm just going to sit and do nothing or play on my phone, whatever you need to do that just kind of lets you step out of what's causing you stress, anxiety, and frustration. So,
Awesome, such good advice. It is. I hope our viewers will take advantage of some of these simple and easy stretches, tools, and
it's about listening to your body and knowing it's okay if you are, again, if you're not okay, it's okay. But just, listen, notice, stop, take some breaths and say, I got this, and find what you can do that works for you, because what works for you might not work for me, and vice versa. So finding what works for you, and giving yourself permission to do that.
Exactly. So I'm just curious, is there any, we people are in front of their computers all the time. Are there any places, websites that people could visit, or books that you could recommend for people that want to be more mindful or that want to look more into meditation or any of the kinds of things that you've discussed with us?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of different apps that you can use. I also am, a provider that, I am a wellness coach, a Reiki practitioner, and a yoga and mindfulness instructor. The partnership is a great tool to utilize as well for resources. I'm trying to think of, what are some good apps. Insight Timer is a great one to use. A lot of people have heard of the Calm app, which is great.
I use the Calm app.
The Calm app is really good. I know, right? Yeah. So you find what works for you. And, you can look on YouTube, and there's so many wonderful things on there, too. For me, I need somebody to help me through a guided meditation. I can't just sit there and, be still for 30 minutes or whatever it is. It helps to have somebody guiding me. So find what works for you. It might be a video online. It might be an app that you find. And you can always just type into Google free guided meditations or, free yoga classes. Like I said, Nurtured Roots, I offer a lot of different services. Right now, they're all virtual, but hopefully at some point soon, we'll be able to do things in person. But even though it's online, I'm still able to engage and interact with people in a really meaningful way. So definitely lots of resources out there, and definitely stay tuned. At the end, you said you're going to provide some resources as well. So
absolutely. Yeah. And I do want you to know I was on your website a few days ago, and there are some really nice mindful meditations that you provide. So
I do have some more.
Some of them are a few, maybe 3 minutes long, and some of them seem so guided meditations.
Exactly. And I keep my meditations short because not everybody has a lot of time, right? My goal is to help people be more mindful in their lives and do it in a way that's accessible to them. So not everybody has 30 minutes or an hour to practice self-care. So those meditations that I put on my website are short so that they can be just utilized anytime. And I'm hoping to add more. There's also my YouTube page, which I'm trying to build up. So I'm going to be putting more videos on there. Just short, I'm really trying to make it, like I said, accessible for people. Just quick, easy exercises that they can do, stretches, movement. It's all about being mindful, listening to your body, knowing what you need and when.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and I really think that, like you say, it just takes just a few minutes to just stop what you're doing and take a break for self-care, and those quick little mindful guided meditations, I think would be, I found your voice to be very relaxing too. So,
Thank you.
And like you said, they're free online. And there are so many apps that those types of things are available.
There's a lot of free stuff out there, and when in doubt, always bring it back to the breath. I always come back to the breath. That's a tool you have with you. You can use anytime. So to be proactive instead of reactive, or we're still maybe going to be reactive a little bit, but to kind of bring it down a little bit, just stop and take some breaths when all else fails. Just breathe it in.
And I find, I really do find that we did a program, I think in 2019, and we had someone that came to town hall, and I'm telling you, I go back to that breath all the time. I find it to be so useful. I don't need anything. I have it. It's with me all the time. Brings you down. So
I didn't take my first full breath until my late 30s. Like you just think, well, we breathe. That's fine. Everybody breathes. But I didn't take my first full deep breath, and I realized the impact of it. And I had somebody say to me, just breathe. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. But once I figured out how impactful and powerful a breath could be, it made a huge difference, and I use it a lot. Yes. I think we all use it a lot these days. Yeah.
I was the type of person who didn't slow down either. Yeah. And I remember the first time participating, I think it must have been about 19 years old, did my first yoga class, and I just remember panicking because I was so relaxed. It wasn't something my body was used to. But now I love it, and now I do it a lot. So
it feels good, right?
It does. Yeah. It feels great. It feels great.
And it's healthy. It's good. Everything is good.
It's good alternatives to, that walking, running, whatever your thing is. But it's also very good for the head.
Yes, yes. It's good for a lot of reasons.
So Jennifer, I want to thank you so much for being with us today and for sharing some of these simple tools. And to our viewers, I just want people to know that we will be providing a list of resources at the end of this show. So if someone you care about is struggling, you may find those really helpful. So Jennifer, thank you so much for being with us.
Great.
And I look forward to our being together again soon.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for all that you do as well.
Thanks
for having me.
And to our viewers, thank you for joining us for another episode of Partners in Prevention. I hope everybody is doing well, and be safe, be well. We'll see you soon. Thank you. To learn more about Nurtured Roots, call 603-591-7484 or visit the website at www.nurturedrootsma.com. Free audio meditation exercises for children and adults are available on the website. If you or someone you love is in need of mental health counseling, call the Interfaith Referral Service hotline Monday through Friday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. at 888-244-6843. The Interfaith Referral Helpline will do the legwork to match you with an area provider who will meet your specialty and insurance needs. This helpline is not for medical or behavioral health emergencies, and residents needing immediate assistance should call 911. Information on anxiety, depression, suicide, addiction, divorce, and substance use is also available using the William James Interfaith Referral Service website at interfaith.williamjames.edu. For over 35 years, the Modgecrispincenter has been providing food assistance to Braintree families in need. To utilize the service, call 781-848-2124. The service is available twice a month with 24 hours notice prior to pickup. Food pickup hours are 10 a.m. to noon or 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. To learn more about this service and to inquire about assistance with electricity and heat, visit www.modgecrispincenter.com. Interfaith Referral Services, located in Quincy, offers food assistance to Braintree residents. Pantry hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. and Wednesdays from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. To learn more about Interfaith Social Services, call 617-773-6203 or visit the website at interfaithsocialservices.org. The National Alliance on Mental Illness Helpline is a free peer support service which provides information, resource referrals, and support to people living with mental health conditions, their family members, and caregivers. The NAMI hotline is available Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. by calling 800-950-6264. NAMI offers free support in terms of groups for individuals with mental health conditions and support groups for family members. To learn more, visit info@nami.org. The Massachusetts Substance Use Helpline is a free and confidential service for finding substance use treatment, recovery, and problem gambling services. Helpline specialists can help you understand the treatment system and available treatment options. Call the helpline at 800-327-5050 or visit the website at helplinema.org for additional information. The SafeLink Domestic Violence Crisis Hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by calling 877-785-2020. Visit casamyrna.org for more information. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 800-273-8255. To learn more about grief support services in the area, call the Hope Floats Healing and Wellness Center at 781-786-2118 or visit the website at www.hopefloatswellness.org. The Sun Will Rise Foundation was founded by a Braintree mom to help support families who have lost a loved one to overdose or substance use. For additional information, call 781-789-4604 or visit the website at www.thesunwillrise.org.